So there I was, rushing my 9-year-old daughter to the hospital because she was hemorrhaging to death. Scariest day of both of our lives. And I wanted to share it with you today, and she gave me permission to share it with you today because we know so many people are not making the connection of their hormone health to their gut health. And I wasn't connecting the dots at the time. So let's back up a little bit. My daughter came to live with me when she was 9 months old. She was adopted, and she was absolutely perfect and beautiful in every way. She did suffer from constipation right from the start, though. And we tried all the things with, of course, activity and exercise and drinking plenty of liquids and fruits and fiber and prunes, and she ended up on a regularly needing to take laxatives like Miralax and that sort of thing just to keep her going. And she had chronic belly pain and nausea. She struggled to gain weight. And then she also developed this chronic itchiness all over her whole body. She, didn't have any obvious skin issues, but she would complain to me starting at about age 3 or 4 all the time. I just itch so bad, Mommy. And I couldn't figure out what was the problem here. I took her to a bunch of specialists, and again, was not connecting that to gut health issues or anything. Took her to all the specialists, trying to figure out why she was itching so bad. Had attended multiple functional medicine conferences at this point, and taken a whole bunch of additional training in all kinds of peptides and hormones, and hundreds of hours of additional training, trying to advance my knowledge and also to help my family with our chronic autoimmune diseases and different issues going on. And I still was not connecting the itchiness of her body to gut health. I ended up interviewing Dr. David Billstrom, who immediately said, she probably has a candida overgrowth, and made some recommendations around that. And I was like, okay, let's give it a try. To be honest, I didn't expect it to help her because nothing was helping her. All the things we tried. We had extensive allergy testing, food testing, tried, of course, antihistamines, and just a whole host of things, multiple different lotions and special types of skincare. None of it was working. And so we put her on this treatment for a candida overgrowth, which did help her itchies. And for the first time in her life, she had relief from that. And what a blessing. It changed her life. And she was also during this time suffering from really extreme behaviors. Lots of anger issues, outright defiance, being very disrespectful. It's hard to describe, but it was really outrageous and hard to figure out what was going on with her. And again, I wasn't connecting the behavior with the gut health. All of these different pieces were not coming together for me yet. When we treated her candida overgrowth, her gut health improved somewhat. It didn't completely improve, but I started recognizing patterns that if you treat autoimmune disease, because I took a whole program on how to reverse autoimmune disease, well, that starts with the gut. And then I took this huge program on hormone health. And again, it started with the gut. Getting rid of toxins starts with the gut. And all of these different things started with the gut. So I realized, wow, so the gut is where it really starts, which makes sense when you think about everything drains into the gut in the body. And that's what has to be addressed first in order to fix other things in the body. And oftentimes fixing the gut fixes the other things. And so we went about the business of correcting her gut health. And what we noticed, not only did the itchies go away, but the behavioral issues went away. All of these different things that we were dealing with, her nausea, her inability to gain weight, fatigue, she was having chronic joint pain all over her body. Those things fell away one at a time. I did a little research. I've got a few studies will pop up on the screen for you. I wasn't able to find anything that really said constipation led to the early onset of menarche, which is first period. But I am able to find a lot of studies where they recognize that the estrogen will lead to chronic constipation. We know that the body, if you have high estrogen, it leads to chronic constipation. We know the body gets rid of excess estrogen through the urine and the stool. I've got this study on bowel motility and estrogen. Also, how the estrogen inhibits colonic smooth muscle contractions, which leads to constipation, how high estrogen rather than progesterone cause constipation in both male and female, and can also cause painful, irregular menstrual periods. And also puberty is driven by hormones, and it can impact the gut microbiome. So it makes sense to me that if she was full of all of these toxins, which by the way, you get higher levels of estrogen even by all the phytoestrogens through soy products or other estrogens that come in through plastics and that sort of thing. Well, she was drinking out of plastic water bottles at the time. All of these different toxins were being introduced into her body that I wasn't really aware of at the time. By the way, I have recently completed a top 25 environmental toxins in your personal care products, free download for you. If you want to go to jackpotwellness.life, it's in the link in the description. You can go ahead and download that. It gives you lots of tips on how to change your personal care products so that you're not introducing more toxins into your body. Anyway, so it makes sense to me after researching what is available that the high levels of estrogen cause constipation. Could it also be that the constipation can lead to the body not getting rid of estrogen, which leads to perhaps an early onset of period or maybe even a heavy period? I can't prove that based on the evidence, but I know that a lot of functional practitioners absolutely believe women become what we call estrogen dominant as a result of constipation. And so our gut health drives our hormone health, our micronutrient health, our energy levels, our mitochondria health, and on and on and on. It is the foundation of what we need in order to be healthy. So I'm really excited because I've been working on a program to help people correct their gut health, and it's a very comprehensive program, and I'm going to be doing a pilot program with that soon. So let me know. You can email me at support@jackpotwellness.health or respond to the email when you get the download and say gut and let me know that you'd like to be a part of the pilot program. Lots of perks involved in being part of the pilot program so I can continue to improve the program for everybody. But I'm so excited about helping people, and I'm on a mission to help people improve their gut health because I know it can change. It's the domino that when you push that one down, it affects all the other areas of health. It helps the immune system. It helps hormone regularity. Of course, it helps the mitochondria, energy levels, brain fog, inflammation, chronic inflammation, all of these things. They all start in the gut.